Okay, I am now live. Awesome. So earlier I was kicking back, chilling, thinking about a couple things, and I had like an oh my god moment after, doing some research, of course, as well. I've got with me my little board that I've been doing a lot of research and stuff in, including my notepad right here, which, well, I'm sure if I take this and see how I could do this. Oh, here we go. So this is like my little notebook that's full of basically all of my. I'll just skip through all of this real quick just for people to come and join in. Bunch of different research on some physics, trying to understand some different stuff right here. Free energy, little equation back there, bunch of different stuff right here. So yeah, anyways, I've been doing a lot of research and stuff. And here's my current stuff right here: frequency, energy, vibration, just some drawings, really, some how energy really is supposed to flow, which I believe I have another thing about the flow of energy right here. Paying attention to Theoria Apophasis on Facebook, as well as scientifically, those guys know some things. But anyways, this is the Mamba Jumbo right here. This is what I'm talking about electricity. And so my elements, as far as creation, everything that I've come to: frequency, vibration, energy, yes. But then you have the electromagnetic, the electric and the magnetic. You got the ether, the time. You've got darkness, which was before anything, before there was light, before there was anything, there was the darkness. Times 3, of course, because you have dark matter, dark energy, and then something that I personally call dark fluid, because there was the waters before there was anything, So anyways, and then, of course, force. So, let's switch this back over right here. All right. I'm not that pretty, but at least you can see me while I'm speaking to you, So, I believe that everything works off of vibration, because basically within me are organs. Within those organs are cells. Within those you've got molecules, then particles, then energy. And what is energy? It's vibration. Vibration creates energy. But once energy was created in the very beginning, once the first utterance was spoken, the first word was spoken, energy was created. It's not uncreated. It just exists now. So you've got frequency, vibration, and energy. Without those three components, you have nothing at all, period. Frequency being the thought, the intelligence behind the vibration that needs to be tuned in order for things to exist at their specific harmonic frequency. So if everything is based off of energy and vibration, then everything is, and energy is electric. It's electric current, basically. But electric current has, electrostatic has two components. You got electricity and you got magnetism. Minus one of those components is just magnetism, because you've lost the electric components. Now you've got electromagnetism. It's still electric, but it's now lost its electric component, its force, its energy. So now it's magnetism. This is where I had like that eureka, oh my god moment. So I've been trying to think, like, what is the opposite of vibration? Stillness, stillness, right? And if energy always seeks an equilibrium, electrical current always seeks an equilibrium, and that means basically stillness. It wants to come to a rest. And with the way that energy flows, which I showed you just a second before, with the way that energy flows right here, like you've got the single bit of, like, say, photon, it's got your energy right here, right? And it's got these vortices that flow inwards towards it at all times. It comes, it's got the energy coming in towards it, so that way it's, energy. It's the flow of energy in the ether. And then it expels it out, and then it comes in. Now, this is it. You could see this yourself if you actually look up, like, scientifically. That guy it's a scientific space Lee. This guy on YouTube, he has like this magnetic thing that'll show you like the I can't explain it very well. This guy can. Anyways, the flow of energy. So if it comes in like this, then inside these vortices is a area of stillness, an area of, where it doesn't move. It's an absolute stillness. And within that area, energy seeks its equilibrium. So one energy from an object to another energy from an object are going to come towards each other. Why? Not because of gravity, not because of that, that pretend fake thing that everybody wants to believe in, but it's because energy seeks its equilibrium. It's seeking a resting point. And these energies and within these vortexes is that stillness. I believe that's what magnetism is. Magnetism is the opposite of vibration. It means stillness. And energy, aka vibration, will seek that stillness, be pulled towards it or seek it out. So in actuality, when you drop something, say like when I drop this, it's not falling because of gravitational's downward force. No, it's the upward momentum of the energy, the electromagnetic energy from the electromagnetic or the electroradiation. It's the upward momentum of it. It's catching it, so that way it seeks that stillness, gravitates, whatever you want to call it. It gets pulled towards that stillness, energy meeting an energy. That's magnetism. It's the opposite of vibration. So with that in mind, in the very beginning, before light was created, before anything ever existed, when it was just darkness and there was the waters all around, then that was magnetism to me, because everything was at a moment of absolute stillness. It was perfect stillness, perfect equilibrium, absolute. And then all of a sudden light was created, and now the balance was a little bit upset, so what happened? The light was separated from the darkness, and now you have that equilibrium again. You got that energy always seeking out that darkness. It's not the darkness, but that energy seeking out that equilibrium, the stillness, magnetism. So you get a magnet, right? And when you're looking at it, when another magnet is being pulled towards it, that's why magnets, the same attraction, they repel each other. You've got the positive and positive, they're going to repel each other. The positive and the negative, you've got those two separate positive, meaning a flow, and the negative, meaning, the opposite of the positive, obviously, not the flow, the neutral. So you've got one attracting the other. That's pretty much what I've got, guys. I mean, that's my eureka, huge, big moment. You've got in the beginning was the darkness and the waters. And I mean, to get biblical, because I'm going to, that's the way that I do things. If you don't like it, sorry. But in the beginning was the waters, and the Lord hovered over the waters, and it was darkness, and the darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Lord hovered over the face of the waters, right? So if darkness was over the waters and the Lord hovered over the waters, then he was within the darkness. And then he said, let there be light. So what happened there? Well, there was a thought. The Lord had a thought. Frequency. And then he spoke. Vibration. Light. Energy. Frequency, vibration, energy. The three main key components. Without those, you have nothing. So without those, you don't have the energy, which you don't have the flow, which you don't have matter, you don't have heat or sound or any of that. I've been battling with a lot of people. People have been saying that it's sound is everything, sound is light, and sound is heat, and sound is no, well, I'm sorry, that's wrong. What sound is, what's happening is my vocal cords are vibrating, creating oscillations through it. Whoops. Sorry about that. My vocal cords are vibrating, creating oscillations that permeate through the ether here. And I'm not going to say atmosphere anymore because that sphere word, it bugs me. But it's through the ether, through the medium, and it gets collected by the eardrums, which converts that vibrational energy into knowledge that we retain as sound. So I'm not actually permitting an actual noise out of my mouth. And when you see a rod, like a iron rod, and you vibrate that rod, and it starts to get around 20 cycles to 20,000 cycles per second, that's our range of hearing. So within that, that rod will start to vibrate. Now that vibration, you're not hearing that like you would think you are. It's not actually like, it's creating sound waves through the atmosphere that are collected by the eardrum. Why do you think the vocal cords vibrate and the eardrum collects it? If sound was just sound and wasn't vibration, then what was the point of the vocal cords? So, so that's the thing about sound. You've got vibration will start, and then there's a moment where vibration cycles, and you can't perceive that. Basically, it's just energy. It's just energy at that point. And then once you hit about 20 to 20,000 cycles, you've got sound. When you reach past that point, then it starts to manifest into what we see as heat, or what we feel as heat. So now you've got two senses being affected. You got the sound, and now you've got the heat, because we're at the vibrational. This is vibration. All the senses. Now, when vibration gets past that point, then it starts to manifest into light that we can see within our spectrum. And then you get past that, then you start to get into the invisible spectrum of light. And then further on past that, you've got matter. Matter itself is vibrational energy. If you got a good enough microscope and you like really looked at the cells within your skin, you would understand like the cell within the cells are the molecules and the particles and et cetera, and then it goes down like to vibrational energy everywhere. So even matter is energy vibrating at such an intensity that it becomes dense. So vibration, frequency, and energy, people, that's like the three main components of everything. And it causes energy, which is an electrical current, and that electrical current has two components, electricity and magnetism. Magnetism is the absence of vibration. It is stillness. And electrical current always tries to seek its equilibrium or stillness. So two energies that have the vortices, which we've seen in all nature throughout all fractals, all the geometric shapes, all of that stuff, it all comes out from that spiral form, from that Fibonacci sequence, you know. So you keep following that point, you got the spiral. Within that spiral, just like the column within a tornado, there is a column of stillness inside that tornado. And then once you hit that threshold right there where it just becomes absolute torrent, that's the energy. And the energy itself, what does it do? Everything gets sucked into and hits the middle of until it crosses back out and then gets expelled, unless it doesn't have enough energy or momentum and it stays within. So all the energy and everything gets sucked into this vortices that's caused from the energy. And then it seeks the middle, which is stillness. And I believe that's what why does magnetism? It pulls things together. Everything seeks out. It's magnetism. It's not gravity. It's not the downward force. It's the upward momentum of energy, of that vortice that's causing everything to come in towards it and seek that equilibrium, that stillness. So there you have it, people. If anybody questions you about gravity, or anybody questions you about the existence of frequency or vibration, what sound is, or any of that stuff right here, go ahead and share this video with them. Let them know. Upload this to YouTube. Don't care. Do whatever you want with it. I hope that you guys can use this to help better your understanding of gravity, of everything. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me at any point or time, and I will absolutely love to answer your questions. Thanks for watching, everybody.